Hey guys, what's up? So I was at work the other day and I got the dreaded call from my kid. Dad, the truck ain't running right. I'm like AAA. So it's never a, hey, how's your day going? It's hey, something's blown up on one of the vehicles. But lucky for me, we have a way to fix it usually. So he's got my 2012 Expedition, gave it to him. And that truck's got 233,000 miles on it. It's climbing up there. And I always took good care of it, and it kind of shows. And so I'm like, well, what's it doing? He goes, well, when I'm on the highway, it's got a little bit of a stumble to it, and it's running really rough. So I was thinking back to when we did the spark plugs on it, and it was like 6 years ago. It was probably 130,000 miles ago, and I was like, oh crap! I'm like, I bet you it's a bad plug. So I got some plugs for it, brought it down to Steve's place, and the engine light was on, so we pulled the code. The code pointed to Misfire and cylinder one. So whenever you have spark plugs that are that old and you get a misfire on a cylinder, usually the first thing you tackle, cheapest thing to tackle, is usually the spark plugs. And I needed them anyway. But the plugs on this truck, I got them at AutoZone because I had to get them. I would have gotten them from Rock Auto. At Rock Auto, they're like $7.50 each, and I need 8 of them. And at AutoZone, they were $15 a piece. So I got worked over at AutoZone. So I had to ante up and pay $1.20 for spark plugs. But so I had a misfire in cylinder one, and on the motor, on the 5.4 Triton motor, cylinder one's passenger side and the front, and then it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4 back to the firewall. Cylinder five is on the driver's side, like very front near the headlights, and it goes 5, 6, 7, 8 is near the firewall on the driver's side. I have people asking me about firing orders all the time, and I'm like, I'm not an encyclopedia about firing orders, but if you need to know what a 5.4 Triton motor, that's what the firing order is. Ask me why I know. So we did that, and I have a video on the channel of how to do the spark plugs on this truck. And when Steve and I originally did the plugs, I put a thin coat on the threads of anti-seize. We do it all the time on spark plugs. Like I'll take the spark plug threads, I'll spin it on the brush, and I'll wear a glove, and I'll kind of just take my glove and wipe the excess off. So it's got a skim coat on it, throw it in there. They all came out pretty easy. So got everything buttoned up, and then took it for a ride around the block, and everything felt pretty good. When I first got in the truck, initially in my yard when it was acting up, I could feel that it was running rough. It was almost like a bump, 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 bump. You could kind of feel it. So I'm like, oh, it's definitely a spark plug. So started cruising home, hit the 50-mile-an-hour zone, and then I had the skip act up again, so I could feel it. It's like, crap. I'm like, it's got to be a coil pack. So got the thing home, went over to AutoZone again and bought a coil pack from them. The coil pack for a Duralast coil was like, I don't know, the coil for it isn't a coil pack. It's just a coil. They're all individual. It was like $4. So threw that in, and that took care of the problem. So if you run up against something like this, the misfire, like on a cylinder, I try to tackle the plugs first. That might take care of it. The truck needed spark plugs anyway, so it wasn't going to hurt anything. And then if it needs to go deeper, then tackle the coil like I did, and hopefully that'll get you out of a jam. But the thing runs pretty awesome now, and it's just one of those things. You got to change the plugs on that truck between like 80 and 100 grand. My 2014 is due, and that thing has 104,000 miles on it, so I've got to tackle that one, extra spark plugs. But the cutoff, if you're wondering, the cutoff on the Triton, from what I read, in 2009 they were all the one plug design, but I guess like in 2008 is when they started to phase in and get away from the 2-piece spark plug design on the Triton motor, and they started to phase in the 1-piece. So those motors on the earlier Expeditions kind of got a bad rap for the 2-piece spark plug design because they would break in the cylinder head. It was a pain getting them out. But if you have a 2009 or newer, then you should be fine. It's not that bad to get them out. When you take the spark plug out, if it's tight coming out, like do 1, 2, 3, like a little bit of a turn, like quarter turn, then screw the spark plug back in, then come out a little bit, then screw it in a little, come out a little bit, and work the spark plug out. Then you shouldn't strip any threads in the head. You don't want to do that. So just kind of take your time, and if you get one that's giving you a fight in you a little bit, just go in a little, back out a little, like go in a turn, back out 3 turns, go in a turn, back out a couple turns until it comes out for you. This is your tip for today. I hope you guys enjoy the channel, and if you have any nightmare stories about expeditions, throw them in the comments. Take it easy, guys.